So, I had so much shit I wanted to talk about, but then this like happens like 30 minutes before I go live. Trump says he is deploying National Guard and federalizing DC police in crime-fighting effort. Incredible. It's funny because this is obviously just happening today. Apparently, back in January, violent crime in DC hits 30-year low. Total violent crime for 2024 in the District of Columbia is down 35% for 2023 and is the lowest it has been in over 30 years, according to data collected by the Metropolitan Police Department and announced by United States Attorney Matthew M. Graves. Wow. But apparently, I don't know, what's the argument? Is did Trump come in and then all of a sudden crime went up? Is that the argument or what? Not super ideal. So I don't know anything about this. I don't, because this literally just like, I just found out about this like 15 minutes before I went on to stream. Yesterday I was talking about this guy, Stephen Miller. I was calling him Hitler. DC will be safe. DC will be clean. DC will be beautiful. DC will be set free. The Democratic Party is the office body representing illegal aliens, foreign terrorists, and violent street criminals. True, dude. Oh yeah, apparently it's because of this guy. Apparently this guy's name, I don't know anything about this. Apparently this guy's name is Big Balls. And Big Balls was apparently beaten up by some black people or something. And I guess this guy, did he work for Doge? I don't know anything about this. I remember seeing this and thinking I just not caring at all. But a week ago today, this is the type of crime Hillary Clinton is endorsing. Hillary Clinton, bro? What are we doing? See, this is... also, we were talking about this yesterday. There's like no figureheads for the right to attack in the left. It's like one of the greatest weaknesses of the Democratic Party is that we don't really have any clear leadership. But one of the benefits is that they have no one to attack. So they talk about Hillary Clinton. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is Hillary Clinton. Oh, okay. So you're quote tweeting Hillary Clinton. Even then, it's like, come on, dude. Wait, do I have to look into this too? Do I have to look into Big Balls? Dude, hold on. Big Balls Doge. His name, I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I'm not like making up. His name is Big Balls. His name is Big Balls. Photos show POI over attack on Doge worker Big Balls. Like, this is the state of our country. It is actually just like basically satire at this point. Police in Washington, D.C. have released photos of a person of interest in connection with the assault of former Doge staffer Edward Big Balls Corristine during an alleged carjacking earlier this month. The Metropolitan Police Department urged members of the public to help identify the individuals shown in the images seen below following the incident, which took place at approximately 3 a.m. on August 3rd. Two suspects, a 15-year-old male and a 15-year-old female, have so far been arrested and charged with an unarmed carjacking. Okay. And apparently, I mean, according to Katie Miller here, right? This is like emblematic of why they're going in. He's sending the National Guard in. He's taking over the DC police, right? Yeah, this is apparently why. Oh, here's a video right here.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor.
Squalor, dude.
This is Liberation Day in DC, and we're...
Liberation Day in D.C. Wow. Thank God. Thank God for Donald Trump.
Take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that.
Wow. Thank you, Donald Trump. This guy, DC will be set free. Make DC safe and beautiful again. Like, are we really just tying it back to this? What else is there? I genuinely want to know. I genuinely want to know what else there is. Washington, D.C. is a nightmare of violence. I wonder what it's like to just be like living in D.C. right now and just be like, what the f are you talking about? Spotted in D.C., Someone put a note on their car window asking for their car to not be broken into a fifth time. The person writes, "There is nothing of value in this car, only restaurant supplies and broken dreams. Please don't break the windows for the fifth time." I don't even believe this. I'm sorry. I don't even believe this. The windows for the fifth time. You had your car windows replaced 5 times? I don't believe it. This is propaganda, probably. 7 News DC. Okay. Apparently it's from the local news. I don't know. This looks like to me. I'm sorry. This just looks like we can return. Why? Their utopias are always like... Their utopias, do you guys notice that? Their utopias are always before the civil rights movement, right? It's always before then. It's always before Martin Luther King got shot in the head. That's like the time they liked. It was before Martin Luther King was dead. Very interesting. Is this really the only reason? It's just because of big balls, apparently. That's why. Whatever, hold on. Let's take a look at this. Trump's order to deploy troops in D.C. is his latest use of the National Guard in cities. President Donald Trump is bringing in 800 National Guard members to help law enforcement fight crime in Washington. But just 100 to 200 of the troops will be on the city's streets at any given time, the Army said. This is like, what are we doing? We're like actively, like the National Guard, I know it's not like they're not police. These are like people that are trained for like combat. They are there for like actual real emergencies or moments of like severe strain or issue. Like they are not supposed to be there to stop crime. They're supposed to be there to like restore order, basically. And this is just insane. I don't know what's his obsession with deploying the National Guard whenever he gets the opportunity to. Well, I have a guess because we were talking about yesterday. I was talking about how a prediction I had was that in the near future, the parallels between ICE and the SS will become ever more apparent. And I didn't even think to mention the National Guard, which he seems to love and deploy around just as much. You know, and like I said, it's not like I have a problem with the National Guard. It's not like I have a problem with ICE, but the way that Donald Trump is using them, that's when it starts looking like the SS. Trump's directive on Monday for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to activate the National Guard is just the latest example of him sending the Guard into cities to support immigration enforcement or fight crime over the objection of local and state officials. According to the Army, Guard troops will be deployed under Title 32 or Federal State Status Authority. That means the troops can conduct law enforcement activities on the streets of the nation's capital, though at the moment that doesn't appear to be the plan. Their duties will include an array of tasks from administrative, logistics, and physical presence in support of law enforcement. According to a statement from the Army to which the District of Columbia National Guard directed all questions. About 500 federal law enforcement officers are being assigned to patrol in Washington, including the FBI, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Drug Enforcement Administration, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the Marshals Service. Hegseth told reporters that Guard members will be flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. He also said the Pentagon was prepared to bring in other National Guard units, other specialized units, though he didn't offer any further details. The timeline for the troop deployment also is vaguely defined according to Trump's directive. National Guard troops will remain deployed until the president determines that conditions of law and order have been restored. Are we serious? Apparently, when Donald Trump came into office, apparently everything went to shit. From January to now, everything went to shit, and now we need the National Guard there. That's what this tells me, okay? Violent crime, all-time low under Biden. Wow, all-time low, right? Now Donald Trump comes into office, and all of a sudden it goes to shit, apparently. Okay. Okay, cool. Besides the 800 Guard members, Trump said he will bring in the military if it's needed. Holy that's crazy, dude. The actual military. Oh my god. Seemingly referring to active duty troops in addition to the Guard. But added that I don't think we'll need it. Why does he even say it then? I don't think we'll need it. Like, what? This is so stupid. I don't think we'll need it. Why would you even bring that up? It's like you're having like an argument with somebody, and it's like, I strongly disagree with you, but I would never beat you up. I would never beat the shit out of you for it. And it's like, what? Why are you saying that? That makes me think you're gonna beat the shit out of me because you bring it up. Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring something up like that? I was never gonna think that you would, but now that you mention it, I'm a bit scared. Trump recently sent guard troops and Marines to Los Angeles. Yeah, this was like the whole thing with, obviously, people were protesting and they were upset about all of the deportations. And obviously there's a large Mexican population in Los Angeles. And so there was all these people protesting with the Mexican flag, and they were trying to call it an insurrection because I guess like supporting, not deporting people without due process and supporting your Mexican heritage or supporting Mexican people or the country of Mexico in general, I guess is like an insurrection. They do this because basically, obviously, January 6th was an attempted insurrection of the government, right? They tried to overthrow the government, or would it be? It wouldn't even be attempted. Would it just be an insurrection? I don't know like the pure terms or whatever. But the point is that they're constantly having to fend and deal with. They constantly have to like deal with the label of insurrection. And so now they're trying to project it back onto the Democrats. Like, you guys are doing the insurrection. You guys are trying to overthrow the government because you guys want illegal immigrants to come in here and destroy America. So you're trying to overthrow the American dream and the American government, right? Like, it's so annoying. Spooky Kid, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be that person for you. Not woke, but dark woke, okay? Specifically, that's what we are. We're dark woke around here, all right? Don't get it twisted. The deployment of troops to Washington comes after the Pentagon has pulled out the vast majority of the roughly 4,000 National Guard troops and the 700 active duty Marines that Trump sent to Los Angeles and Nigeria. This was so insane. I mean, to be fair, I guess, what did he say, 800 was it? Well, that was the number? There's 500 federal, bring in 800 National Guard members. So, you know what? I mean, significantly less, but DC probably is smaller than LA, wouldn't it be? DC's really small. Because DC it's not even a state, it's like a district, but it's also like, it's not like a city either. DC is so weird. DC is genuinely such a weird place. In 2020, during the protests over the police killing of George Floyd, Trump deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to the city, at one point using them to forcibly clear peaceful protesters from a square near the White House so he could stage a photo op. It became a controversial moment in his first administration, in part because General Mark Milley, who was then chairman at the Joint Chiefs of Staff, appeared alongside Trump. Some saw Milley's presence as the military endorsement of using troops against U.S. citizens. Milley later apologized. Wow. Also, I have ground news now, which should give a good balance of everything. We can see everything. What does the right say? President Trump announced plans to deploy National Guard troops and federalize the police in Washington, D.C. to combat crime, describing the city as a dystopian hellscape due to violence and disorder. What are we talking about? Are we like actually serious? Are we actually serious? High factuality, lean right. Fact-focused. Trump exaggerates, misstates facts on Washington crime. Wait, this is a right-leaning article. Or this is a right-leaning source, and they're saying that he's exaggerating. Fact-focused. Trump exaggerates, misstates facts on Washington crime. Associated Press. Statistics rebuke Trump's claims about violence, crime in Washington. Trump, it's getting worse, not getting better, it's getting worse. The facts. Statistics published by Washington's Metropolitan Police contradict the president and show violent crime has dropped in Washington since a post-pandemic peak in 2023. According to the data, homicides, robberies, and burglaries are down this year when compared with this time in 2024. Overall, violent crime is down 26 compared with this time a year ago. And that's crazy because it hit a 30-year low, like the lowest it had been in 30 years. So it's not just like this is not just like, this is a big deal. So something, once again, you gotta, at that point, you would almost have to blame Trump, right? You'd almost have to blame Trump if things went from this to whatever he's claiming so quickly, right? A recent Department of Justice report shows that violent crime is down 35% since 2023, returning to the previous trend of decreasing crime that puts the district's violent crime rate at its lowest in 30 years. Oh, yeah, that's what we just looked at. The report shows that when compared to 2023 numbers, homicides are down 32%, armed carjackings are down 53%, and assaults with a dangerous weapon are down 27%. That's a lot. Like, this isn't like, normally when you look at this like a year-to-year thing, it might go up a little bit or go down a little bit, barring some kind of massive legislative change or like new administration or something. These are huge numbers. This is a big difference. To go down 32%, like to shave off a third, to shave off half, like go down or down, well, this wouldn't be going down like 100, or it would be, if it's going down 50%, yeah, that you're shaving off 50%. And another down basically a third here with the 27%. Like, not only is it not a problem, it is significantly less of a problem. Like, significantly less. Trump, murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. The facts: in 2023, the District of Columbia recorded 274 murders in a city of about 700,000, its highest number in 20 years. But the city's own crime statistics from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, when the population was smaller, show much higher numbers of homicides. Wow, that's actually crazy. Well, I know that was like, wasn't that like murder was, maybe I'm totally making shit up, but I feel like I've read that like murder was really, really bad and is like dropped significantly. Like violent crime in general used to be way worse in the late 1900s in America. Like, yeah, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. In 1990, for instance, the city reported 498 homicides. The next year saw 509 and 460 in 1992. Jesus Christ. Because I'd imagine the population would have to be like half that size. The population was smaller. Let me see. Total population. Let's see. In 1990, oh yeah, it was like it was lower. It was like 100 by 100,000. Okay, I was kind of wrong. I was very wrong actually. Wait, holy shit, why did it go down so much? I wonder why. Huh. Washington murder rate compared to international capitals. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City. Some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth, much higher. This is much higher. The murder rate? It's true, but Trump isn't telling the whole story. Washington does have a higher homicide rate than many other global cities, including some that have historically been considered unsafe by many Americans, but Trump is leaving out important context. The U.S. in general sees higher violent crime rates than many other countries. Huh. Yeah, I wonder, like, if you compare it to, like, Chicago or Detroit or even, like, L.A. or New York, I wonder if it would be worse. I don't know. I'm starting to think that some right-leaning people don't like Trump. It's slowly happening over time. The thing is, with each scandal and each controversy, it kind of becomes like, it becomes more and more, like more and more people will start hating him, basically. And it's, you kind of see that happening with the you know, the tariff stuff. Some people were like, this, I'm done with you know, the recent stuff with the Epstein files. They're like, this, I'm done. There's certain things that they are just completely immune to and will always support him for no matter what. But you know, I think people are getting fatigued. I think people are getting sick of it. And the thing is they're not even trying to hide how evil they are. Like, this administration is not trying to hide how evil they are. With the ICE too, I didn't see too many Republicans being upset with ICE because they, at the end of the day, they hate illegal immigration, and so they want to see as many people, even if there's no verification for these people being illegal, which a lot of these people are just like green card holders, or they're like in the process of verifying their green cards and shit like that, like totally allowed to be in the country, like they're there for a reason and the government knows, and they get taken away. Like, I don't see too many Republicans that are upset about that person. Maybe there are and I just missed it, but yeah, I don't know. This is a high factuality center right here. Why Donald Trump is wrong to take over the DC police. Continue with a free trial. Hold on. Let me try a life hack. Hey, a little life hack. Go to archive.ph and punch in the link and it should be fine. America's capital city was designed as a showcase. Okay. This time, Donald Trump's preoccupation is violent crime. Mr. Trump has been banging this drum for decades. Roving bands of wild criminals roam our neighborhoods, dispensing their own brand of twisted hatred, warned Mr. Trump nearly 40 years ago. Okay. Seeking to justify his order, Mr. Trump cited several awful attacks against government workers. In early August, carjackers beat up and bloodied a former Doge staffer. Why don't they didn't name drop him. They didn't talk about big balls. Why didn't they give him any love? Damn. In June, stray gunfire killed a congressional intern. Last year, an official at the Commodity Futures Trading Commission was shot to death in a carjacking. In Seattle, 2023, a Senate aide was stabbed and a congressman was robbed at gunpoint. It's becoming a situation of complete and total lawlessness, said Mr. Trump, likening the capital to Baghdad and Bogota. Oh, is this just a lot of the same stuff? Like, just fact-checking a lot of stuff we just read? Okay. Yeah, and this is, like, just completely insane to me. Like, something I'm becoming deeply worried about is the weaponization of ICE and the National Guard continuously to the point where we're basically in like a military state, you know, like we're in some kind of like authoritarian police state kind of thing where we are just like, I just don't like this. I don't like, it feels like he's trying to ease us into it. Like he's trying to ease us into the idea of constantly having the National Guard around and having active duty military around. Like this is what I was talking about with the SS, dude. Like I feel like they are genuinely, this is one of those things. I literally, unfortunately, predicted it because only a day later, oh my God, it feels like they are trying to get us to be okay with National Guard always being around. Put them here, put them here, put them there. And all of a sudden, it just becomes more and more frequent. Before you know it, the National Guard is always patrolling the streets in every major city. I don't know. Maybe that's conspiratorial. Maybe that's a stretch of the imagination. But this administration is so uniquely evil. Or maybe not uniquely evil, but at least in my time being alive, I've never seen the American government and the establishment of our president and our government act like this. It's crazy. It's actually insane. I don't know. Hillary Clinton whines after Trump federalizes DC police. Trump sends troops to U.S. Capitol, mulls wider crackdown. Trump deploys National Guard to U.S. Capitol in a bid to cut crime. Mixed, low factuality. I'm going to definitely take advantage of this website for sure. I give it a year or two before both sides say this, let's get him out. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't trust the right at this point. I just don't. There's so many people are brainwashed. Like the fact that even after the Epstein stuff, he still has an 80% approval rate. Like that's good. Like his approval rating is very low. And the fact that his approval rating with Republicans specifically is at 80% is better than I would have expected, to be fair, but like it's still very daunting that after all this Epstein stuff and how weird he's been about it, the fact that he still has that much support on his side is really terrifying. And I don't know what the final straw can be. I'm not even sure if the Epstein files came out somehow, some way, he was fully 100% proven to be a pedophile. I don't know if he would actually, I don't know if anyone wanted, I don't know if they'd stop supporting him. I really don't. I don't know how else to say it, which is sad and horrifying. And I'm not trying to be I always try to be optimistic, but yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, it's not good.